I always do this. This is all I use theory for. Definition of dichotomy. A division or contrast between two things that are or are represented as being opposed or entirely different. So yes, there is a dichotomy there. My name is Amman Asfaw. I'm 23 years old. My hometown is Thousand Oaks, California, and I've lived in San Luis Obispo going on 5 years now. Yeah, my 3 core values are respect, integrity, and commitment. But I never considered myself an activist, and like I still don't. I'm just another citizen that's like concerned, and I'm a concerned citizen that wants to make a positive impact, like on the community, wherever I am. And I feel like I would be that way anywhere I live. You know, it's not just like that is San Luis Obispo. It's just part of our like civic duty to be good, do good, spread good. And I'm very proud to be an Ethiopian American, of course. There currently is a civil war going on in Ethiopia. It's a humanitarian crisis, rooted in tribalism, unfortunately. I identify as Ethiopian for sure, like there's no doubt about it. But I also identify as American. And those are two totally different cultures, different languages, different foods. So those sometimes contradict each other in my life, or they sometimes don't mesh perfectly, and I'm forced to either like accept one side over the other. Sometimes a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and that is a thing that is sometimes joked about in the Ethiopian community, is just the ridiculous pressure your parents will put on you to be either doctor, lawyer, or engineer. The way I was raised was totally different culture. I mean, my parents had like a straight up like African mindset, you know. Mm-hmm. And in some ways I love it, it's great. Mm-hmm. In other ways sometimes it's frustrating because they don't understand everything that we like go through here. Yeah. And that's a challenge of just being like first gen as well too. But so yeah, I have that mix. I have like being raised in an African household, but then also being brought up in like an American system. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. What's the word? Is dichotomy the right word? I always do this. This is all I use theory for. Definition of dichotomy. A division or contrast between two things that are or are represented as being opposed or entirely different. So yes, there is a dichotomy there. You know, my parents are gonna see this, they're gonna be super proud. They might send it to family back in Ethiopia, right? Digitally and all that. And then I just thought about this morning on my background on my phone. I just put my my great grandfather, Bahata Waldahana. He was like an Ethiopian general / like mayor of his village and city, and helped to fight the Italians when they tried to colonize Ethiopia. But what I thought was wild was like, you know, there's no way that he would have thought that when this picture was taken that his great grandson would have him on the background of his phone, right? So I think the same thing. I'm like, you know, when I'm gone and done, like all this stuff that's documented about me in whatever way. Like I always wonder, like, you know, how it'll live on. Like, will my great grandchildren, if I have them, God willing, will they see that? Will I be the wallpaper on their holograms? Like, you know,